Hi, we're group number 6, and today we're introducing our product. It's called Spiritus. So our group member consists of Jane Miranda, Edith Chow, myself, Betty Ni, and Anthony Gao, Leslie Ng, and Jessica Oy. So here's a little bit about our background. When people are swimming and when they're
breathing, there's actually a proper technique that they should be doing. So as you can see, the proper breathing technique is when you're in water, you're continuously exhaling. But when you're coming out of the water, you shouldn't be exhaling, you should be just inhaling. So what a lot of people do is that they would exhale, but when they come out of the water, they would also continue exhaling for a bit before inhaling, and that's bad form. So this is part of the bad technique that we're catching. All right, so some issues with why breathing properly is important, because performance of your swimming will be affected by improper breathing. So there will be buoyancy in the chest when you're exhaling in the air, or when you're inhaling too much, and then because you're exhaling, you have to take in a sharp breath or something, and then that increases a lot of air in your body, and then it causes drag and stuff. In order to detect the bad technique and the good technique, what we have in our device is basically 2 inputs to detect the tilt of your head, whether it's in or out of water, and whether you're inhaling or exhaling. So the first part, the tilt of your head, is determined by an accelerometer, which will I don't know how to say this. So it's in the little box with the rest of your components on your goggles beside your head. So it'll sit right behind your ear, and in that box also will be an audio output. This accelerometer will be in this little box with the rest of the components, and on this box there's also an audio jack coming out from the bottom. The power buttons and the volume buttons are also all along the bottom, so you can just press it and it'll change. And the second component is detecting whether you're exhaling or inhaling, and that you do in the form of ideally a strain gauge. In this case, it's on the belt, and when she breathes in, a change is detected, and that goes into our processing, which is in the head component over here, and it processes it. And if you're inhaling while you're in the water, you're basically choking, so that's bad. If you're exhaling in air, that's the main point of concern. That's also bad. So these 2 cases, it will output a feedback in the form of continuous beeping until you correct what you're doing. To demonstrate what actually happens, this little guy has the accelerometer, and so when they're face down, this LED over here shows that they're actually in the water. And these 2 lights, it's exhaling or inhaling. So right now she's exhaling, and when she inhales, it changes. So when this little guy tilts, you can see the light changes and shows that she's in the air. And when she's exhaling and inhaling, that also changes the output. So in the 2 cases, when she's in the water and then she's inhaling, basically inhaling water, this starts beeping. You can sort of hear it, right? This is a speaker that we're using for our prototype, so you can sort of hear it. And when she inhales, it stops because she's doing the right thing now. So in the other case, it's in the air, she's exhaling, that's bad. It's also buzzing. When she inhales, then it stops because she's doing the right thing. So that's how our prototype is currently working. This will be earbud that comes out from the bottom of the box beside your ear. So there will be a hole here, and it'll either be an audio jack or it'll just be a connected wire, and you can just pull the earbud, put it in your ear, and then you'll get your feedback that way.